You're watching Hourglass Media, and this is Hourglass. I'm Allan Heath.
I'm Katt Birdsell.
I'm Spencer Vogel.
And today we're talking about seasons, and in particular, how our attitudes individually and kind of as a general populace tend to change with the seasons, and particularly going into Thanksgiving and Christmas season, the winter holiday seasons.
Correct.
And it's, in general, it's interesting because we do get way more charitable, for one.
Yes.
Like, as soon as Halloween's over and you start pushing towards Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's all about, remembering what you're thankful for.
Giving
and then
back to
Christmas,
your fellow man.
yeah, exactly. So you're more likely to give a buck to the homeless guy and all that good stuff.
Well, he's wearing a Santa costume and ringing a bell, so he's kind of like putting a little more effort into it.
Yes, right. Right. I find certain movies and even books I'll reread or rewatch at certain times a year. Every year, because Halloween was 2 days ago. I read Ray Bradbury's The Halloween Tree, and I was like, I've read this 20 times, and it's still awesome.
Mm-hmm. Autumn is I always pick up To Kill a Mockingbird.
Good call.
No idea why. It's just it feels like a seasonal piece.
It ends on Halloween, though. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember how that all goes. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I guess it's self-explanatory.
I have music that's seasonal for me, and not even necessarily like Christmas music, but like Pure Rock Fury by Clutch. That album sounds like winter to me.
Yeah.
So I always, whenever it gets cold, that album comes on a lot.
Caius is summer.
So 100%.
I can't listen to Caius in December.
No, it's got to be hot and sun shining.
Summertime for me. Oh, I don't know if I should say this. Thanks, Dad. Blackwater by the Doobie Brothers. Summer.
Oh, that's a.
I don't know.
What's wrong with the Doobie Brothers?
I get made fun of because anyway. What is it? Moondance. Van Morrison.
Okay.
October, but he also sings about Under the October Skies. But it's so fitting. But I mean, I celebrate seasons like crazy. Like I change the tablecloths. I get a different fragrance from Bath and Body Works.
I love smells in particular
associated
with
Well,
seasons.
I just bought a Allan winter candle. It's called Winter, and it smells the way I don't know how to explain it. It's like the way that winter should smell. It's like the nostalgic feelings, all the happy stuff, all in this little wax build.
I didn't listen to anyone that night. I was just sitting there like,
it's pretty amazing.
It was awesome. It was really good.
But even too, obviously back in the day you would cook according to what was available. But now that everything's available, it still changes though.
Certain tastes. Like you said, winter obviously is like stews and hot foods.
Oh yeah.
Go for it, but also certain like spices. Like Christmas time is very like clove and a lot of that really strong spices. So you can do like spice cider and mulled wine and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, what is it when everybody goes crazy when the pumpkin stuff comes out or like the apple spice?
Mm-hmm. I love the apple spice stuff.
Apple spice
Although Oktoberfest beer is one of my favorites. But the flavors, that slight pumpkin-y flavor of Oktoberfest is so good. And a Christmas ale is actually really good too.
I noticed that my grandparents still eat seasonally because they were probably the last World War II is like the last generation that actually would still be bound by seasonal eating.
Right.
And so like my grandma won't touch. Like, if cantaloupe, it doesn't make sense to her that cantaloupe is there in December.
It kind of doesn't, though.
And
I'm on the side.
I was just going to say, we may be able to get it year-round, but it still is the best when it's in its season.
Absolutely. 100%. Because summertime is, you get those, fun salads where you try new things, and then you add the fruit to them and all of that stuff, and that's fine.
Can I just say, I don't know if salad is ever fun.
Yeah, salad's
I'm just throwing that out there. Those two words don't really go together.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm the only one on that panel. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
But agreed. Seasonal food makes a huge difference.
Exists.
Yes.
There we go.
Well, and it puts you in the spirit of whatever season it is. I mean, that's what all those things do. No.
What do you guys eat in the summer?
Meat. Barbecue, hot dogs, burgers,
I eat
stuff
that too, like the potato salad.
Yeah.
Potato
salad's gross.
It's okay.
Anything.
Hot dogs,
you're talking a bunch of
4th of
carnivores.
July, I get it. I do that too.
Any dish that when you stick the spoon in it and go like that, like when it kind of farts at you, it's no good. No, I don't care. And I'm like hardcore German. I can't eat no potato salad. Can't do it.
Yeah. You don't like your food to fart at you?
Yeah. And sometimes, I make up voices that go with my food, and The things that are juicy are always have like a Cartman voice, like, hey man, kick that ass. Really? So, yeah, and I don't like that. I don't want to eat that.
Okay, so seasonal.
That went a little off track.
Obviously for climate purposes, you change what you wear. But I mean, I even change the colors that I wear. So one of the things that I love about like autumn is to like get back into like the nature tones.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the greens and the browns and all the really raw colors like that.
Mm-hmm.
But then, of course, New Year's Eve and stuff, you're kind of more into the silvers and the golds and the. And
then July, coming up with an ensemble is almost impossible.
Yeah, I bet you really struggle with that one.
I really do. Look at my closet, I think I'll have black. Yes.
Awesome. Well, what are other things what are other attitudes that you see in society that tend to change throughout the seasons?
I love the ones that are coming up. The just kind of trying to be charitable to your fellow man and remembering that you are in this huge, vast universe and it's not just about you. Yeah. I know that Christmas, a lot of people try just a lot harder with their families, and I think it's a good thing. I think that one of the things that I love most about it is that even the most hardened heart around that time still has to kind of silently confess that there is a hope.
I agree.
That there can be rebirth and something new in life. And
I always like the fact that occurs during a winter festival. Yeah. Because winter is
kind of the absence of life.
Because you're stuck inside with each
other. It was a very brutal time.
Right. Very dark, dismal, cold. Yeah.
And I like the opposite too, because militancy comes around when it's hot. Have you noticed that?
People are just pissed off.
Yeah, they are. The
so hot.
Well, but the patriotic festival, 4th of July, is obviously they probably didn't plan that, but
I don't know.
Warfare in the old days, warfare occurred during the summer because it's the crops are all planted. What do you think? Rape and pillage?
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah.
I have seasonal movies that I watch.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I mean, and not just, obviously A Christmas Story and stuff like that, but I mean, autumn was just around, so that's Legends of the Fall. That's, which was not originally meant to be fall as in autumn.
Right.
Scent of a Woman.
Interesting choice.
Well, because he goes and visits his family on that Thanksgiving, too. It's kind of over that weekend. Little Women, just because that's about all of the seasons of life in general. I know I'm on my own. Don't nod and say you guys watch it.
I've seen Little Women.
You guys have seen it, but you guys don't watch it with me every season.
Yeah.
We're being courteous.
Okay, well, I appreciate that.
Conan the Barbarian in the summer. All my favorite action fantasies in the summer and in the spring. It's weird. I'm a huge horror fan, so October and September there's a lot of horror, but I also like horror in the spring.
Really?
It's really odd.
That is odd.
Well, you know that movie The Wicker Man?
Yeah.
That's a favorite of mine. That takes place at a pagan spring festival with human sacrifice.
Okay.
And the spring's kind of a death festival too, because it's on the wheel. If you make the year into a wheel, autumn's here, spring's here. So they kind of cross-correlate, if you're doing drugs. And so yeah, I watch a lot of horror films then too. But yeah, and then Christmas is heartwarming time. It's almost too much for me, man.
I was gonna say, Alan, you're on your own, dude. You're in your little island.
Well, and some people when we're talking about people making more of an effort with their family and being more giving in the holiday season. I've heard some people say, well, they don't like it because you just give it Christmas time. They see it as a negative that you just do it during this time of the year.
At least you do
it at all. And I think we all need a reminder of certain good things, and so I think it really is a good thing.
Yeah, you try. I'm not saying that you don't turn around and leave and just be like, oh crap, and now I have to do it again next year.
But if it never came along, you'd never get that reminder. And
exactly.
there's a lot of positive to that.
There's, when you're watching previews and you turn to your person you're with and you go
oh, yeah.
This new movie's coming out really soon by the guy who did Love Actually.
Oh, about time!
Yeah, it looks awesome.
I saw that preview.
I was watching a movie with a lady friend, and I was like, I know that's coming out in November or December. And and then at the end of the preview, I lean over, I go, I'm totally gonna see it, and I'm not gonna tell anybody. You tell, can you? But yeah, I'm totally gonna see it.
Oh hell yeah! It looks good. It looks really good.
Yeah, it does. Really
And I love
good.
Bill Nye. He's awesome.
He's the thin,
he's the
British guy.
The old British guy.
Yeah. It's a great concept.
Who uses his arthritis in the best possible way.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was. It looked really good, and that dude's track record's awesome because I am not a rom-com fan, but all the ones that I do like were done by him because he did Bridget Jones. And he did Love Actually, which is awesome. Hilarious.
Very
movie.
funny.
Very funny.
And that's another one that I like that's like a Christmas one that's not necessarily completely heartwarming. I think that's what I liked about it was that there were lots of different aspects, lots of different definitions of the season and of the time.
Totally, yeah. Yes, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm. I like, personally, the octopus at the birth of the baby Jesus.
There was one with more than one lobster present at the birth of Jesus. Duh.
Awesome. And on that note, we're out of time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Otherwise, we'll see you next week.
I almost pissed myself,
That's a good...
Spencer.
What?
You're talking about killing me, dude.
Which one?
Just in general.
That's good.
That's why I asked him, and I was like, what's one that Spencer and I could do together? Because I think that would be...
When you were talking about the earth tones, that's what got me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it. He's like, oh yeah, I totally agree with Spencer Black.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally Earth Jones, man.
So Alan's wearing green, and because I was looking at you, and I was just like, yeah, the earth tones with the... Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about, but Alan